activity here at the mouth of the cave this morning at the start of the day, local time in Thailand. Media on the ground say they have been asked to clear that area. Several ambulances are on site, and there are reports that the rescue mission is either underway or could begin soon. Now, we cannot confirm those reports. What we do know now is that officials said the day before that they wanted to act quickly to try to get the boys out while weather conditions are still good. The 12 members of a boys soccer team and their coach have been trapped deep in that cave for 2 weeks now, and authorities say they want to get them out safely before the weather turns against them. Heavy rain fell in the area recently, and more downpours are expected soon. Rescuers worry that rain could eliminate the few air pockets left, and oxygen levels are running low. Let's bring in now Laura McQuillan, who's tracking the details for our breaking news desk. So Laura, what have we been hearing about this press conference that we're expecting?
Well, that press conference was due to start some time ago now, and we understand that they have cleared media out of the area near the cave. Hundreds of media have converged there over the past few days, so that's a way to be able to bring in ambulances, helicopters and divers to get a rescue operation to take place. Now, we have heard from officials there will be a rescue operation. We don't know exactly when that will begin, and we don't know how it's going to unfold as yet. We are awaiting that press conference, now overdue, media all waiting in a staging area. What we do know at this point in time is that barriers were put up earlier today to block the view of that cave, and they are preparing potentially to send divers in. We know that ambulances are waiting along the road, and we have more details on the plan for what will happen once boys are brought out of the cave. But there's been more heavy rain overnight, and that's caused these extra fears for officials that they must act sooner rather than later, as well as the oxygen levels in the cave fallen. So the pressure is on, time is ticking, and it appears that officials are now ready to begin that rescue effort. We are just waiting for the official confirmation at the moment.
And you did mention there the very detailed plan that we've heard about the medical effort that they have waiting and all the resources they have waiting for the people on the other side once they are taken out of that cave. What can you tell us about some of the resources they put forward for that?
That's exactly right. So these boys and their coach are going to need medical treatment as soon as possible. We know from a Reuters report that officials are preparing a team for each individual. That's 13 medical teams to help them once they come out of the cave. We're hearing that they will have a dedicated doctor, a dedicated nurse, ambulance and helicopters to take them to hospital. Now, the first thing that medical staff will be doing once the boys come out is checking their breathing, checking to see if they have hypothermia from going through water in the cave, also checking to see if they may have any infections which could have come from infected bird or bat droppings in the cave. We know as well that they are going to be feeling very weak. They went days without food. They haven't been in sunlight for 15 days now. Their eyes will be affected, and of course the psychological strain of this as well. So they are going to need that medical treatment as soon as possible once they come out of that cave. We understand that preparations are in place, so now it's just a matter of seeing when this operation gets underway, and once it does, exactly how long it takes to unfold. To get in and out of this cave for an expert diver, it's about 6 hours to get in, 5 hours on the way out. Now, for these young boys and their coach, it could take substantially longer. It may be some time before we do see any of them emerge from the cave once the operation gets underway, Marianne.
Absolutely, and we are getting word that divers are receiving a briefing on that mission as we're talking now, and we are minutes away potentially from this news conference that was to be called around this time. So thank you very much for this update, and we will bring more details as that news conference begins. And as we've been hearing, the threat of those monsoon rains in the forecast is a huge factor in this rescue effort. The Weather Network's Daksha Rangan joins us now with more on that part of the story. What can you tell us, Daksha?
Well, Marianne, what we know about